Many of you have heard about the situation with our rogue pilot selling our information to a terrorist group known as Red Cell. We've located the moon they're using as their main base of operations, and using probe droids we've been able to construct a crude view of the area, outlining our currently controlled base, our forces, and their forces. As you can see, we have many parts representing anti-air batteries, small bases, their main structural base, points of interest, and our current forces. Our pilot is en route to a station known as Tranton Station, where he will be giving them the information he stole from our Tranquility. I will be sending a small group of Torva Squad and scouts to scout the inside of the base as soon as we can get them all in a single place. Unfortunately, our forces are currently spread out over numerous missions, leading to the lack of officers in today's meeting. Our main goal is to take out Tranton Station immediately, from which we'll move forward to take out as many of the anti-air stations as we can to create safe landing zones. From there, we'll be pushing around to take these small outskirt bases until we push into the center. Red Cell is a threat that is not to be taken lightly. Any questions?
So are these like quad lasers or surface-to-air missiles? What are we dealing with these air defense batteries?
Each of these represent an entire station completely dedicated to anti-air.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
We can't go close, as a matter of fact.
So you mentioned a lack of troopers. How many people are we exactly getting on this mission?
At the moment, the mission to send Torvin scouts, we have an unknown amount, and depending on if I can locate forces, we'll have somewhere around 20 to 40 troopers at best.
Alright, send a small group. You got it.
The Tranquility will be providing air-to-surface support as soon as we take out the anti-air batteries.
Wait, so remind me of our, what is our main effort here? What's our main objective?
Our main objective is first to remove our pilot who is taking information from the situation. He's to be considered hostile, and if cannot be taken peacefully, will be shot on sight.
Okay.
After
Wait,
which,
so
our main goal is to cripple and disable Red Cell.
well, why don't we just kill two birds with one stone? Just orbital bombard them. I mean, we could kill the pilot and then also kill Red Cell. Yeah, but I don't think those can go past the atmosphere, can they?
As soon as we give away our position, they can lock on.
So how are we supposed to land on the planet in the first place?
Well, don't they have to have some sort of central command system, maybe at the base here that we can infiltrate, and then if we disable all of them, we can safely, destroy them from above.
I feel like I need to remind you that this is a terrorist cell, and terrorist cells operate in civilian communities.
I mean, that doesn't look very civilian. So, do they have civilians hostage, or is this like a town?
This entire moon is populated.
Oh, okay. So we can't orbital bombard them. That solves that pretty quick.
No, we can't. We can't commit.
I mean, is it a war crime if no one's left to report it?
Yes, it is.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Well, that's the options on the table. Okay, well, you go ahead. Yeah.
As such, I will be delegating the outskirts mainly to Ranger Platoon and having Grey Company focus on a bombardment and siege of their main compound. Encounters with civilians are to be treated as hostiles. However, do not shoot until you verify that they are armed.
What type of weaponry will they have? Do they just have regular blasters? They have, explosives?
We've identified everything from railguns, laser rifles, down to DC-12s.
Okay.
It's evident that they've been stealing shipments from the Republic for years and are harboring multiple traitors.
Okay, so
We also have reason to suspect that a high-up 41st officer is working with them.
I wonder who that could be. I mean, never mind. I'll hold my suspicions for later. So, what exactly are the structures of these civilian communities that we have to clear out, or like that are around these bases? Are they urban or are they rural?
This moon is mostly rock and barren wastelands. However, there are
Okay.
small mining facilities scattered throughout this interior area, with small towns that popped up around each one that started to make profit.
So this isn't exactly. Okay, small towns. So this isn't going to be exactly like Felucia. Like I mean, we're gonna have to do some sort of like like urban urban fighting, which will be difficult because we have a hostile civilian population.
There will be urban fighting, there will be ambushes, traps, and quite possibly child soldiers.
Oh,
Oh, that's great. Well, I mean, I've killed children before,
oh,
unarmed or
don't
armed.
admit
So
to it,
I mean,
man. At least
Oh,
have
don't
some
admit.
sort of
No,
conscience.
hey, Will. Okay,
Sit
don't.
down,
No,
sit
you've done. You
down.
know you've done it too. You know you've done it too,
So,
Jack. All
I've
right.
not.
words,
I've
we have to be,
commanded
like, wary
soldiers to
about
do it.
everything
I've never done it
and
personally.
Oh, okay. That's worse. That's worse. Don't act all high and mighty. All right.
Sit down.
Anyway. Okay. Final point. Okay. So, would it be maybe it would be like more effective if we could borrow some armored personnel carriers from Gray to assault some of those small communities? Just because, I mean, we're gonna have high casualties if we just like waltz through, like
I think that's
Well,
just
that's
We
the
urban
won't
plan.
centers.
be waltzing through, but we would also like to keep a somewhat positive image of ourselves among the civilian populace, as we don't want to give any incentives for them to join this terrorist cell.
It's gonna be hard to do. We're gonna look like occupiers.
It's what we're trying to avoid.
I know, but like I mean, so do we actually have like a plan? Like I mean, do we have like a PR team? Like social media? Does Jack have a social media account that he runs or something like that?
I mean, I do,
Just
but
as
I'm on
you've
this
all
mission.
probably seen in the recent announcement, Jack has his gaming setup from which he will be managing our social media
Oh,
accounts.
yeah, he can stream from there. Yeah. Are you good at Are you good on the sticks, Jack?
You already know it, boys.
Okay, well that solves that problem.
You said that one of our high officers are in on this?
Yes.
Okay,
How
so
do you know this have any like influence on our other troops? You know, like some other of our troops are working with them. We just don't know that. Are we sure of that?
I would hope not, but it's too early to make any assumptions.
so you're saying a high officer is working with Red Cell?
Yes, as far as our intel can tell us, because that pilot that defected would not have had the information for the earlier terrorist assault, which resulted in the loss of most of our supplies.
All right. Well, in that case, could it maybe this is a kind of a stretch, but could it be the person that kind of went off on you after that one mission and then escaped the ship? Could it be that person?
We don't talk about that.
What?
That wasn't a lore event.
No, I'm just joking. No, sorry. It's just an inside joke between Red Fox and I. You know, we played at the game of Dungeons and Dragons, and with Noble and with some, or no, there was someone. Okay, you get the gist. It was a joke.
Okay.
It's not a canon. That wasn't a canon event. So you go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Never mind.
However, we will be doing investigations into every officer within the 41st. As such, everyone needs to be prepared to meet for interrogation.
I
Fun.
don't really understand that. I just hope the others do.
As such, if any officer seems to be acting suspicious, if anyone you haven't seen in a while suddenly shows back up, report it to me immediately.
Yes, sir.
Trust no one, not your squad leaders, not your fellow officers, and not your subordinates. We're to be on high alert at all times.
Okay, hopefully this doesn't cause any destabilization in our groups. But I get where you're coming from. Alright.
Does anyone else have any notes?
That I can bring up.
Okay,
aware.
so I have one thing I want to detail. This is going to be. I mean, we have some time. I mean, we have some time before we have to execute this mission, right? So this is a secondary thing. Our primary objective is to complete the mission that Red Fox just described. But after we complete this mission, there is something that has been troubling myself and a fellow Jedi of mine, who I've kept in contact with. We received intelligence on the planet of Anaxis, a relatively core world. A small droid infiltration team has begun to assemble a droid foundry with the intention of launching a surprise attack on Republic forces stationed there. So we still have a lot of time until that droid foundry is even close to up and running. But once we complete this mission, me and the Jedi I described would like to take a contingent of 41st Troopers, preferably Scout Squad and Torva, to go and disable the foundry. Would that be
Alright.
permissible?
As soon as they finish their mission to scout out the station.
Okay. And one small thing, we don't know who's overseeing the foundry's completion, but we did find some evidence which proved that whoever it is, well, he's aware of our tactics, so to speak.
You have suspicions it might be the
And
same
a
person who's
suggestion-
dealing with this issue?
No, I don't believe so. But I feel like he's higher up in the Republic chain of command. Not only that, but the evidence we have received suggests that he's also proficient in combat. So that's why I chose Torva to come along with Scout Squad, just so we have a little bit more support. But that's the gist of the mission. When it comes to it, I'll give a debrief on the troopers that I need. But that was just a preliminary warning.
Final notes is on this set of missions coming up. Unfortunately, I have been called to meet up with some of Republic High Command for a little bit of figuring out where we're going to be dispersing resources and troopers. So I'll be leaving Lieutenant Firefox to lead the initial contact with Red Cell.
Alright.
With that, will conclude today's officer meeting unless anyone else has any notes.
I guess that's everything.
Alright, dismissed.